Maybe you have the most powerful passport in the world, or perhaps you carry the rarest or the least passport. No matter the case, your passport will likely be one of the four colors. Passports are not just ordinary travel documents, they are symbolic representation of your identity and nationality. Interestingly, guys, have you ever wondered or pondered why passport only comes in four primary colors? So these colors are red, blue, green, and black color. I'm so excited to share some information about passport and why we have these colors. Before diving into it, guys, I would like to thank my subscribers. Thank you guys for always watching my videos, and you're always welcome back to my channel. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly do so by clicking on the notification and as well on the subscribe button. Okay, so just a brief about passport and the history. So the first passport, or we say the first travel documents, were issued in the 15th century in England. Actually, many of these early documents were not called passport, but the laissez-passer, which means safe conduct. The documents were handwritten on a sheet of paper and issued by an administrator. They looked more like a letter than the passport booklet we know today. The main purpose of the laissez-passer was not to identify the bearer actually, but to grant them a safe passage to foreign land. The documents were written by a scribe and then signed and sealed by the Lord. The only security features on those documents were the signature and the seal. So a question, when was passport introduced? Passport was introduced during World War One between 1914 to 1918. European governments introduced border control requirements for security reasons to control the immigration of people. In general, it was necessary to put in place a control system as the number of immigrants had increased dramatically due to the war. This control remained in place even after the war. After World War II began, passport became mandatory for travelers. As technology progressed, so did the security features on the documents improved, because the only security features then was just a seal and a signature. So more features was added, such as photograph of the bearer was added, and also the passports changed from a sheet of paper to a booklet. So the booklet contained a photograph, a signature, and the personal description. In 1963, the International Civil Aviation Organization, actually a branch of the United Nations responsible for issuing passport standards, decided to implement machine-readable passports to speed up the verification process. So they set up a basic guideline for passport production. So the basic guidelines are: number one, passports must be made of material that bends rather than grease or folds. So number two, passports must remain machine readable at temperatures ranging from 14 to 122 degrees and at relative air humidity ranging from 5 to 95%. So these are the three basic layouts actually, and this layout has remained the same for nearly 100 years. However, there are no requirements in place that dictate how a passport should look in terms of color. Each country is free to decide its own passport color, but the colors countries choose often do have economic, cultural, political, or even religious significance to their choices. Okay, it's time to dive into different passport colors and their meaning. The red passport. The red passport is the most popular color of all passports in the world, with 68 countries issuing them. The shades red and burgundy are widely used. More than 1 billion people carry around and use the red passport. The communist movement is represented globally by the color red. The color is typically associated with nations that are well known for having a communist past or present. For example, China, Russia, Serbia, and Latvia are notable instances of this type. Almost all the EU passports are red, actually, except Croatia, which uses blue color. Citizens of nations with communist history like Slovenia, Serbia, Latvia, Romania, China, Russia, Poland, and Georgia have red passport. So here's a funny thing. Countries interested in joining the EU, for example, Turkey, Macedonia, Albanian also changed their passport to red a few years ago. So just to show their interest and partnership with the EU, so they could join the EU. The blue passport is the second most common color of passports, with 84 countries issuing them. Countries that have blue passports are believed to belong to the new League of Nations, including India, North America, South America, Canada, and Australia. Also, there are 15 Caribbean countries that have blue passport. This is the reason because geographically they lie in the middle of the ocean and off coast. One of the most famous blue passport is the one issued to US citizen, but this weight only changed to blue in 1976. The UK also changed their color from red to blue passport. So most Muslim countries prefer green covered passport, as green is believed to be the preferred color of the Prophet Muhammad, who wore a green cloak and turban. Green is also used to color the binding of Qurans and domes of mosque. Color green also represents Quran description of the Muslim community as a mid-most nation. Green has also become a prominent color on the national flags of Islamic countries such as Afghanistan, Syria, Iran, and so on. Examples of Muslim countries with green passports include Morocco, Saudi Arabia, Mauritania, Iran, and Pakistan. Several West African countries, including Nigeria, Niger, and Senegal, also have a green passport. But in their case, this indicates that they belong to ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African States. Mexico is the only country in Latin America that has a green passport. In total, 40 countries issue green passport. So the black passport. The black is the rarest or the least color when it comes to passport, with just 7 countries issuing them. These include African countries such as Angola, Congo, Malawi, along with Trinidad and Tobago in the Caribbean. Tajikistan and Palestinian territories also use the black passport. New Zealand is one of the primary countries with black passports. This color was chosen by the nation to match its flag. Other nations with black passports are African countries like Zambia and Angola. When next you are at the airport, you can now guess where someone is from with just a look on their passport. Thank you for watching to the very end of my video, and see you guys on my very next one. Peace out.